We're not sitting underneath the table and eating grapes this year. Sorry, I don't believe in that. Today I'm going to show you how to find your dream man in 2025. Number one, get off the dating apps. I hate the dating apps. Literally terrible. They're only for hookups. You need to meet someone organically. Okay? So that means you need to put yourself in situations where you're gonna meet new people. So say yes to plans, go to that party, go to the bar, go have fun with your friends. You never know who you can meet. We also want to adapt a high value woman mindset. So we're not sleeping with these guys on the first date. We're not accepting coffee dates as a date. You're taking me out to an actual nice dinner. You're paying for my meal, and I will see you again soon. It's also, too, very important to look out for the red flags at the beginning because they're there. If you ever look back in relationships that were really bad, the red flags are there at the beginning. You just ignored them. Okay? Take the person that you're going out with for who they are. Not their potential, not what they could be, but who they are. When I started doing this, my whole entire world changed. I swear to God. Men will show you straight up how they feel about you. And feel free to follow along for more relationship content.
The chat was great.
Oh, yes, you go, Queen, with that top-tier, top-notch relationship advice that apparently you are more than qualified to give out. I mean, yeah, you're not going to be underneath the table eating grapes. I wonder what else you were doing underneath the table. Anyway, your advice is to get off dating apps. This is the part where this gorilla says, okay, good start. Now, where are you going to lead this to? Oh, wait a minute. You're going to get off the dating apps or you're going to meet the love of your life going to parties and bars? That's your strategy? You might as well stay on the apps. I'm sorry, Queen, but that sounds like party girl dating advice. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're not recommending any good places to meet men organically. You're just going to keep meeting the kind of guys that you're already meeting. Basically, you're in the same league. You just changed stadiums. That's all you did. And on top of that, you said that you're no longer going to accept coffee dates and you're going to be demanding dinner dates. All right, Queen, let me help you out here. Because obviously you're a little bit confused. You're saying that you're going to set yourself as a high-value woman. You can't just say you're a high-value woman, and that's it. It becomes that way, and you get to demand all these things. Why? Because a lot of men are going to look at you and say, why should I pay full-price dinner date for something that some other guy got for free? Let me come at this at a different angle. Are you a virgin? If the answer is no, you are not as high value as you think you are. I mean, once that taco gets cracked, it cannot be uncracked. Before we move on, I want to bring attention that 70% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, fam. You've seen my logo on other channels, and you're already here. Please hit that subscribe button and support the channel. It really helps out. Moving on.
This is how you're literally gonna make grown men fall in love with you. Guys, I just know how they think, and you can use it to your advantage. Number one, grown men love younger girls because they feel like they are easy to manipulate. It's a known fact that women their age are very firm on their boundaries. They're very confident in themselves, probably gone through a divorce or two. Older men are obsessed with potential. They love a girl who works out, who is very well put together, who has the clean girl and kind of innocent girl look. They are simply attracted to how much life, how much potential you have. It's almost like they're a little bit jealous and they kind of want to like live vicariously through you. They also love a girl who has the things that they love about older women their age, but who doesn't have the things that they don't love. Meaning you have very classy style, feminine style. You have manners, you have taste, you're cultured, you're educated, but you're not bitter. You're not a wounded feminine who's upset at men. Don't have a lot of trauma from all of your past relationship. Use this however you want to. Before I found my amazing boyfriend, who I hope will be my husband one day, I was dating older guys in their 30s and 40s, and they just know how to treat women. So I'm for it all the way. Stay away from the manipulative ones.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
Oh, Lord. Oh, her advice is totally and literally gonna make grown men fall in love. And that advice is being given by a totally basic woman who seems to be giving dating advice she probably read off a candy wrapper. Let me fill you in on something that I've said a bunch of times before here, Colleen. Men, for the most part, don't go for younger women because they believe that they are easy to manipulate. No! Men are hardwired to be attracted to youth and beauty and fertility. It's that simple. And all that stuff you said about why men don't like older women, are you a man to know why men don't go for older women? Let me fill you in on just a few reasons why. Older women are full of enough baggage to fill a jumbo jet. Men don't want to deal with that crap. They are set in their ways, which means that they don't want to believe in compromise, or they're not going to change a dang thing because they want the men to accept them the way they are, and they demand things that they don't qualify for. I mean, if you're a single mom, you really can't demand a whole lot from a man as if you were a 21-year-old childless woman. Not the same there, sweetheart. Another thing they said about young women, that men like the potential because they work out. Right attitude, wrong reasoning. Men enjoy a woman that takes care of herself. Working out is a key part of that. Keeping herself thin and healthy. And you're saying that older men are kind of jealous of young women and live vicariously through them? Again, wrong selection of words. Older men, especially ones that are very experienced, enjoy taking their dates out to new experiences and seeing her go through that experience her first time. And that's how they live vicariously through you. They could relive that first impression, but they know that they brought that joy to you, which makes them feel better. That's actually a selfless act. Now, with all that being said, this gorilla is going to give you credit, as the last part of your video, you wrapped it up pretty strong. You are absolutely right. Men do like young women that are more feminine and well-mannered. And they don't come with all that scarring and all that trauma from past relationships like older women do. I give you points for that one. You're absolutely right. All in all, sweetheart, I got to give you a C- score on this one. Just enough to have a passing grade, but you're not at the top of your class. Moving on.
Women who attract a long-term committed relationship do one thing different than women who attract men who will never commit. This is controversial, but it's true. My name is Valerie Adams. I'm a dating coach, here to teach you the secrets to attracting your soulmate. If you're into that, give me a follow. The big mistake women make who attract men who just want to hook up and waste their time is that they entertain any scrap of attention he gives her. They set the bar so low, accepting last-minute dates, giving in to hooking up early on, thinking it will make him like her, but it backfires and he ends up fading away or ghosting her. This is the mindset of the woman who wants to be chosen, who constantly finds herself in the never-ending cycle of attracting guys she's excited about on the surface, only to end up getting disappointed. The woman who ends up attracting a man who commits to her is a chooser. This woman is a queen. She's not putting all her eggs in one basket. She's calling in her soulmate, and she's not willing to take herself off the market for a question mark. She's open to having multiple men pursue her, and she chooses the man who comes out on top. She isn't willing to settle for anything less than a life partner who can navigate life's biggest challenges with her. She has a full life. She views herself as whole. She's not dating to have a man complete her. She's dating to have a man add on to her already full life. And the biggest thing of all, she's not trying to move things forward or make it happen. She's completely detached in her feminine, and she trusts that if this is the man for her, he'll move things forward. This is the mindset of a chooser.
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
All right, Queen, let me tell you something. You wrapped up two different subjects in one video here, and this must be broken down. See, the first half of your video, you were saying that women shouldn't go for XYZ things. I'm not going to repeat it all. I'm just going to say what it is. You're basically telling women to stop falling for the Chads and Tyrones. Stop going for the hot guys and hold out. This is nothing new that you just came up with. This isn't some grand dating advice. This is actually the norm. This is what most Western women do. They go for Chad and Tyrone, and when Chad and Tyrone don't commit, then all of a sudden, they want to change things around, change their strategy, see themselves as a higher value woman that's not going to settle for things that she's already settled for, and demand more from the next guy while offering him less. And then the second half of your video, you implement probably the worst strategy that a woman can implement. After she's given it up to Chad/Tyrone, you want to act like you're some kind of prize that a bunch of men have to compete for. Let me tell you something. The men that are going to compete for you are the ones that you don't want. Basically, they're the simps, the betas, the guys that you're not finding attractive. If one guy is dating you and he knows that another guy's competing for you and he's thinking, oh, I gotta be more special, so she chooses me, off rip. That's the type of guy that you do not respect. And I'm sorry, womanese, when you don't respect a guy, there really isn't any attraction. Out of the ones that you have there to choose from, you're going to choose the most acceptable one for a period of time. And the reality is that years could pass, but in the back of your head, you've been alpha widowed, and you're going to want to get back out there and get that player because those are the ones that drive you nuts. Those are the ones that are exciting. This is not the recipe to get a soulmate. This is the recipe to get yourself a beta. Not that I actually believe in the soulmate crap. Because to be honest with you, there are too many divorced women that get back into the dating market saying that they're looking for the soulmate, i.e., the first guy they married apparently wasn't it. Moving on.
If you're single, listen up. This is some of the best advice I've ever been given. So I met a hairdresser not too long ago, very talented hairdresser, and just got to talking with her, as you do, and she told me about this idea of a man menu, is what she called it. So the idea of the man menu, and obviously it doesn't have to be the man menu, it can be, you know, the single shopping list, whatever you will. You can change it and use it how you want. But the idea is you write every trait down on this man menu that you obviously want in a partner, in the people you're dating, and they are things that you will not budge on. They are deal breaker things. So you can't put on there, oh, he has to have brown hair, when if someone that came along had blonde hair, you were okay with. And obviously it shouldn't really be about looks, but that's the idea. They're deal breakers. So here's mine. It's really long. It's about 3 pages long, but you have to be very specific about the things that you want. So I've said funny, but I've been very specific that it is like, you have to make me wet myself laughing funny. So here's my second page. So things that I've included is like, he has to have his own career. Again, I don't care if it's in McDonald's, as long as he's happy and he's succeeding. That's what matters to me.
Oh, hell no.
Oh boy, a man menu. This sounds very interesting, because just by the looks of her, we could tell that she loves to order off a menu more than one item, and not one of them is the salad. Anyway, is anybody surprised that this woman, which is a 5 at best, has a menu about 1 kilometer long, demanding a whole bunch of things that she herself cannot provide the equivalent that a man wants? I mean, the first thing that she said, she wants a guy to be financially stable, but she doesn't care if he works at McDonald's. You know, somehow I don't think that's 100% true, but then again, if you can get her a bunch of free Big Macs, I can see why she mentioned McDonald's. But I have to be honest with all you ladies out there who are watching this video, all 2 of you. Why do you women do this? Let me address that question. Why do women come up with these lists that if you apply them to yourself, you yourself do not qualify for them, regardless of what you try to tell yourself? I mean, she has over 10 items on there, and she is very specific on each item. But I bet you this Colleen is the type of woman who wants a man to accept her for the way she is. And the question I always ask you women, if you find a man that checks off everything on that list, why would he settle for you? Because he obviously will be a high catch kind of guy, and other women that have a higher SMV than you will also be looking for this guy. So why would he settle for you? But let's see what else she has to say.
He has to be financially stable and independent between 23 and 28. He loves my mum loves him. He's positive, he's protective, but not controlling. Again, specificity, if that's the word. Here's my third page. So that's the idea. You can go back and pause mine and like have a look at how I've specified things, etc, etc. But please don't copy it. Don't copy anyone else's menu. This has to come from you. It's kind of like a manifestation thing as well. And it's also something that when you're dating someone, if you're not sure if they're the right person or they're for you, you can go back to your man menu or your single shopping list, whatever you want to call it, and you can see if they match what you've written down. And if they don't waste your time. I know no one's perfect, but you shouldn't be writing a menu to fit a person. You should be writing a menu and having people fit your standards. This is up to you. You can change it as you grow or as and when you will, but just know that these are your standards, and it's just ensuring that you're not going to waste your time and you're going to find the person that you want to be with, and you don't have to lower your standards for.
Gee, Queen, that's a pretty extensive menu you have there. Obviously, you have a lot of experience with menus. But I just noticed that you didn't put there that the guy that you're looking for has to like big girls. You may want to add that to the menu, right between the baby back ribs and the rump roast. Also, we tell all your followers not to copy your list. Do you actually think that you're original? Do you actually think that no other women want the things that you want? Women are a lot more common than they are unique. I guarantee you that 80 to 90% of your competition has an extremely similar list to yours. Why? Because the rule of thumb is that 80 to 90% of all women dating are gunning for the top 20% of men. But the not so obvious is at no point did you even mention one thing that you're bringing to the table. Not one thing that you're offering this guy. It's all me. I want, not gonna settle. And I have to ask you ladies, where does this entitlement mentality come from? What makes you think that you can demand any of this and you're supposed to get it just because you were born a female? Well, newsflash, you're not entitled to anything. You don't deserve anything. You're not going to get anything that you don't work for. Because most of these queens who are giving out advice as if they were some kind of expert dating coach have no clue of what men actually want. Because they base everything about what men should bring to them. Never what they offer men. They're all going to say the same thing. I'm special and I offer me. I have to ask there, Colleen, do you come with a medium-sized drink and a bag of chips? And I'm talking about the ones you haven't eaten yet.
Squeeze me? Oh, no, you dick.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.